At 3 in the morning, something strange is happening in your bedroom. Your dog had choices: a soft bed on the floor, a quiet couch in the living room, maybe even a warm patch near a heater. Yet somehow, they cross the entire house just to collapse beside you, pressing their body against yours like it's the only place that exists. Most people assume it's comfort, maybe warmth, maybe habit. But behavioral science suggests something deeper is happening. When your dog chooses to sleep beside you, they are revealing one of the oldest survival behaviors still alive inside their brain. And that behavior began thousands of years before houses, before cities, before humans ever called dogs pets. Section 1. The most vulnerable moment. For animals in the wild, sleep is dangerous. When consciousness fades, reaction time slows, awareness disappears, and predators gain the advantage. Because of this, social species evolved a powerful strategy: sleep close to those they trust most. Wolves do it, primates do it, early humans did it too. Sleeping together allowed multiple nervous systems to act as one shared alarm system. When your dog presses against your leg at night, their brain is activating that ancient survival blueprint. In other words, they are telling their instincts, this is the safest place available. Section 2. A bond older than civilization. The connection between dogs and humans didn't begin recently. Archaeologists discovered one of the earliest clues in Bonn-Oberkassel, Germany. Inside a grave over 14,000 years old, researchers found the remains of 2 humans buried beside a puppy. What shocked scientists was the puppy's condition. The animal had survived a severe illness that would normally kill a young dog within weeks, which meant something remarkable must have happened. Someone cared for it. Thousands of years ago, humans were already nursing sick dogs back to health. That discovery changed how scientists think about domestication. Dogs weren't simply useful animals, they had already become part of the family. And behaviors like sleeping beside humans likely began during this ancient partnership. Section 3. Your nervous systems are communicating. Modern research shows that this bond isn't just emotional, it's physiological. Scientists studying heart rate variability, one of the best indicators of nervous system regulation, have discovered something fascinating. When bonded dogs and owners rest near each other, their autonomic systems begin to synchronize. Calm spreads from one to the other. If your breathing slows, your dog's body responds. If your dog relaxes, your nervous system can mirror that calm. 2 different species, 2 different brains. Yet during quiet moments like sleep, the signals begin to align. It's a biological conversation happening silently through the night. Section 4. The genetic reason dogs seek us out. Part of this behavior may even be written into their DNA. Geneticists studying domesticated dogs discovered unusual variations within a region of chromosome 6 linked to hypersocial behavior. These genetic differences influence how strongly dogs seek human contact. Wolves, even those raised by humans, don't carry these same markers, which suggests something important happened during domestication. Over thousands of years, the dogs that stayed closest to humans survived better. They reproduced more often. Generation after generation, that preference for human proximity became stronger, until eventually it became instinct. So when your dog chooses your bed over their own, it may not just be affection, it may be evolution at work. Section 5. The chemistry of attachment. Another layer of this bond happens at the chemical level. Researchers at Asabu University in Japan discovered that when dogs and their owners interact, both experience a surge in oxytocin. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone. It's the same neurochemical released between parents and newborn children. But what surprised scientists most was how the response behaved. The increase occurred in both species simultaneously, human and dog, 2 brains reinforcing the same emotional loop. Even simple contact, petting, proximity, shared space can activate it. which means a quiet night spent sleeping beside each other may be strengthening that bond in ways neither of you consciously notice. Section 6. The sleep paradox. Now here's the part that confuses researchers. Objectively, dogs do disrupt sleep. They move, stretch, sometimes snore loudly enough to wake you up. Studies tracking sleep movement show that people share more disturbances when animals are on the bed. And yet, when participants were asked how they felt in the morning, the majority reported something surprising. They felt safer, more comfortable, more relaxed. The physical interruptions were real, but the psychological sense of security was stronger. For many people, the presence of a trusted animal appears to calm the brain in ways perfect silence cannot. Section 7. When the pattern suddenly changes. There is one moment when this nightly routine becomes important information. If your dog has always slept beside you and suddenly stops, it may not be random. Dogs communicate through behavior. Sudden change in sleep location can sometimes signal discomfort, pain, or cognitive changes that haven't yet become obvious. Older dogs in particular may begin sleeping in unusual places when something internal shifts. So if that familiar weight disappears from the bed one night, it's worth paying attention. Your dog may be trying to say something the only way they know how. Tonight, when your dog curls up beside you and takes over most of the mattress, remember what that moment represents. Thousands of years of evolution, a nervous system that trusts yours, and a bond so deep that even sleep, the most vulnerable state in nature, second, is something they choose to share with you. But nighttime behavior isn't the only way dogs communicate. Because when morning comes and your dog greets you with those enthusiastic face-licking kisses, there's another hidden message behind it. And the science behind that behavior might surprise you even more.